morning, all of you. How are you all are? So today we are here to do the fourth class of our DT Sarathi practice batch. Earlier I have cleared once again. So many of you are having doubts. So all the concepts you will learn from base. Just check the last three chapters, especially those who all have liked it. Please share your experience. And I am telling you, day three, go and watch the first 30 minutes. You'll be very super clear what is the old tax regime, what is the new tax regime, what is the comparatives, and the rebate, and all your confusion will be clear in one go, right? So that's what is the third class. All concepts will be done very slowly. Booster notes are mandatory to write. Doesn't mean ma'am फिर portion कब खत्म होगा कैसे होगा. As a teacher I know it how to do. Homeworks, I'm requesting all of you to keep putting me message. Ma'am, you gave this homework in agricultural income, done. This we could not do it. Just when you have trusted Dipti ma'am, you have registered for the batch, leave it to me, except that you do what I say. Trust me, when I'm saying do the homework with stopwatch, do it and you will see amazing results, right? Okay. And this is the DT compiler. Those who have not ordered, order it. It's a one-shot book with booster notes, with concepts, with solved question answers, till all January 25 exams for CA CMA. From 20 to 25, all questions included. Right? Chapter wise, yes. So you will be doing a very good practice with this. Now, tell me one experience. Every day we are starting with the boosters. Either we are doing some pranayam, Brahmari pranayam we did, belly breathing we did. Last Saturday we wrote joy list. That's so important to vibrate at a higher rate, and so that definitely affects our frequency to learn fast, right? So please share your experience. How did you work on your joy list? Because yesterday was a weekend. If you ask me, I did some special cooking yesterday, heard some good music, went to meet my friends, had a good family time. This was all about Sunday. I know with that I have given you homework because you'll be having your chapter-wise exams from the coming Sunday, right? Please share your experience. How much could you do? And today, being the fourth class, the pre-booster session is not any breathing. There are many breathing techniques and journaling, small techniques we are going to do over 2 months. It is Monday. So let us start our week with thanksgiving, with gratitude. Now, what do you mean by that? I know that there are few minuses, that there are few things which are not going according to our work. Saturday, I tried to log in 3 to 4 times. Finally, we had to do it on Zoom with the students who had registered. And because I promised that all the first 7 classes will be there in the YouTube, then I had to upload, and I've shared the link in Telegram and WhatsApp. So that is a hitch going on for me. Like that, whatever is the hitch for you. Now let us begin. And it's Monday, right? So I always feel that it doesn't require two people, maybe your parents, your siblings, if you're married, your spouse, not required what they are doing, why should I do first, why I should thank, why should I? When you do it, you are doing with a selfish motive to be on the higher side. Okay? So today is the Thanksgiving Monday complimentary day. Till night, make sure 3 people you compliment genuinely. Be the watchman of your apartment to whom you smile and say thank you, because that job is not easy. They are working for money, but for money also, what kind of the work? We have a choice, at least if we are sitting on table desk alert and okay, we can spare time 2.5 hours to study residential status today. People don't have that choice. The work hours are also not so easy for so many of us around us. Are you all getting what I'm saying? So today, this is the homework. Write down in your journal, a separate journal where you have written the joy list below that. 3 people you are honestly going to compliment without expecting anything. And then you see how good you feel. It could be a smile. It could be an appreciation note to a friend, to a sibling. Realize it, feel it, add all your emotion and say, okay, in spite of our fights and conflicts, I do feel this is one amazing thing, and I admire this so much. It works, ma'am. आप टैक्सी पढ़ा रहे हैं, हाँ बिल्कुल पक्का पढ़ा रहे हैं, but this works. Okay, So tomorrow with some more pre-booster, can we close our eyes 2 minutes and visualize at least three people around us? It could be, say, for me, my mom who doesn't stay with me. She's very senior, but I want to call her and say something today. So what you are going to do and tell me your experience. Three is minimum. Five if you do, excellent. It would be one of the best Guru Dakshina you have given to Dipti ma'am. Do it and it will work magically. What you give back comes back. And when you take that first, in spite of it, कि हाँ उसने तो ये नहीं किया, उसने तो ये नहीं बोला and all. And especially I'm a mom first and then ma'am. So I always say that you, dear students, you relax your mom that okay, don't worry whether one group or two group, I'll write, decide and write best, whatever is best I'll do. You just start your day not with fear, for faith for me. And in your prayers, everywhere you visualize that I'm doing amazing in my career. That's what you guide her for the prayer and it will work for both of you, right? So 2 minutes, close your eyes, three deep breathing and three compliments and thank you. It works, it works. Or वैसे ही if you don't believe also कि ma'am all this doesn't work, okay then you are where you are. So एक बार believe करके देखो, do it today and let me know the magic. These are small, small, small boosters. Today evening, I mean today night when you go to sleep, practice at least 7 to 8 Brahmari pranayam. You will come and tell me, ma'am, my speed has increased. If I'm reading once, I'm learning, I'm able to sit for longer hours, I'm able to retain, I'm able to reproduce, right? Okay. Tell me now about the homeworks of agricultural income step method. Anyone is having doubt? If not, then we will straight start with residential status. Okay? This class is very important. Why I say not only for inter but final students also. Final students, so many of them have cleared December 2024. They've got their degree. Now, very important is in final when you do non-resident as a compulsory question asked for 8 to 10 marks. The base building is the residential status. And residential status, dear students at Inter, whether you're writing CMA, CA, CS exam, exclusive problem of 6 to 7 marks. And so many times for CA students, the whole case scenario revolves around residential status. So let us start. Whatever I'm teaching in residential status is section 6. Don't worry for the sections. I'll take care that whatever is important, I'll make you learn. Now, when we are starting computing the income of a person from all the 5 heads and calculating tax thereon and paying, every year we need to decide the residential status. Why is it important? Because if a person is resident and permanent or ordinary resident in India, he has to pay the tax on world income in India. Dipti Chheda, born and brought up in India and earning all the income in India. But recently, I have started giving online lectures for my students who are in Nigeria. For them, I'm giving online lectures and I'm earning in foreign currency income. Now, do I have to pay on that income also the tax in India? Answer is yes. But twist the case. Say, क्या नाम है वो क्रिकेट प्लेयर का, बहुत अच्छा नॉलेज नहीं है, कल सेंचुरी हुई, वो पता है कॉली की, ब्रिज गेल, no, if I'm pronouncing right, a foreign player. He has got nothing to do with India, but he comes and plays an IPL match in India and gets some income for playing the match and he goes to his country. Bye-bye. Can we say to Brisgale, because you have come to India, you have earned in India, pay the tax in India? He said, okay, I have earned IPL income in India, I will pay tax in India. But if I say, Brisgale, you are in India, no, world income, he'll say, no, I am a non-resident. I'm not a resident of India. I'm the resident of other country. I'll pay tax there. But whatever I have earned in India, I'll definitely pay the tax and then the tax clearance certificate is given and person is allowed to leave India. Is this clear to all of you, right? So residential status is important to decide what income of the SSE is taxable in India and what is not taxable. Now, the immediate question in students' mind is, ma'am, are we paying double tax then? If I am a Dipti Chheda as a resident of India, Hyderabad, and I am earning everything here, and because I took some guest lectures in Nigeria, and that income also I am paying tax. But the Nigeria country said you have earned this income here, pay tax. So am I paying tax on double income? Answer is no. In world, whatever income you get, you pay tax once that's enough, government is saying. And some countries are called as tax haven countries. For example, Dubai. You study tax and Dubai, you will get amazing knowledge in Google, which I don't want to talk right now in detail. What do you mean by tax haven countries? There are some countries where the tax rates are very low or negligible or nil. Right? So now, please add a term in your notebook. It is called as DTAA. DTAA. I'll go to the notebook and write, but this explanation is like this only. Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. Indian government has entered into Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement treaty with more than 170 countries. And so we have made an agreement that Dipti Chheda is a permanent resident of India and she's paying the tax here. So any tax she has paid over there, either it's not payable, and if I've paid, I'll get that much relief. I have to pay tax on A, Indian income, B, foreign income. But on B, foreign income, if I pay tax in foreign country, that much I'll get relief. Clear to all of you works? Much detail is not required. What is required genuinely, that much only I'm teaching. So we have a double taxation avoidance agreement with countries that, okay, if Chris Gale is coming to India, playing cricket, earning from India, paying tax in India, on this part of income, he doesn't have to pay the tax in his country. Right? So now, let us begin with deciding residential status of a person. Every year you have to decide, because that will decide what income is going to be taxable. Ma'am, but Dipti Chheda, if you are resident once, then you are resident every year. No. This year I am in India. Next year it may happen 330 days I am out of India. Then why I should pay? So residential status of individual, whether he is a resident or non-resident, will decide on his number of days stay in India. Take a pause and listen carefully. The mandatory two types of question asked from this chapter is, decide the residential status of individual, and then they will give a variety of income. Okay, if a person is resident, what will be taxable? Non-resident, what is taxable, and all. Now, this doesn't mean the chapter is over. You need to decide the residential status of HUF, partnership firm, company, LLP, AOP. That all I will cover in 15 minutes tomorrow. Today, the whole class is to decide residential status of individual. Are you all with me? Can I get some bump message here that everything is very clear? Until now, the base level explanation is clear? Yeah. So now let us decide the residential status of individual. An individual is said to be resident in India for the financial year 24-25 if he is in India for 182 days or more in the whole year. Not continuous required. You can come, go. The day you go out of India is counted. You are in India. The day you land in India is counted. 180 days, 182 days or more you are in India, you are said to be resident in India and you have to pay tax. Clear? If this is not satisfied, one more basic condition is there. So now we are going to our notebook and I'll pick up. I'll make you write some notes. Oh, this I too enjoyed so much. Please, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Those who have given the compliment that old and new rates is clear. But right now, let us go to the residential status. Okay? Now something is written which I want you to write, but take a pause right now. पहले आप समझ लो बेटा. I'll give you time to write this. Always I write with you, but today I'm going to add on. Chalo, write down. Not write down, first understand. Residential status of individual. What are the basic conditions to be satisfied in 24-25? A person, he's written he, but any individual, male, female, anyone, he should be in India for 182 days or more. I told you continuous in financial year 24-25. In financial year 24-25, you have to be in India for 182 days or more. There's some throat issue, dear students. I always write with you, but today I'm going to share the notes and pause to give little relaxation. And but promise that you have to write, mandatory. Acha, listen 2 minutes. In exam, if they ask question, my notes are enough. Now, why I'm making you write? Residential status question comes for 6 months. Can you come? Yeah, 80 days in India. No, no, David is a non-resident. Will you get 6 marks? You have to write the conditions if it is a 6 mark question. If it is MCQ, hit it directly. But if it is full question, write the conditions that according to basic condition, this. So in the given case, David is in India for only 70 days. He is not satisfying the first basic condition, so he is not a resident. है सब लोग मेरे साथ? Right. So write down. Now, I will explain. Yeah. A person should be in India for 182 days or more in financial year 24-25, or this is a very important or. Either this condition, basic condition 1 is to be satisfied, or 2. He should be in India for 60 days or more in the previous year. That is, previous year is 24-25, and 365 days or more in any one of the 365 days or more in 4 preceding previous years. Are you getting? 4 preceding previous years. What is PP? Not Pani Puri. Preceding previous years. 4 preceding previous years means 24-25 से reverse चलते हैं. 20-21, 21-22, 22-23, and 23-24. In the last 4 years, you are resident in, you are present in India for 365 days or more. I am repeating, what is your financial year 24-25? In that you are not there 182 days in India, no problem. 60 days you are there? Yes. And 365 days in the 4 preceding previous years. Any 4, and not any, not continuous, but exactly just before this financial year, in the last 4 years, you should be in India for 365 days or more. Write down this condition because you have to write it in exam. I'm here only. Any doubts you have, you can ask. Any doubts you have, you can ask. I'm waiting. No screenshot, beta. You have to write it in the final exam. So start quick. And you have to learn it. I'll repeat so many times that you'll automatically learn it with me. He should be in India for 182 days or more in the financial year 24-25, or he should be in India just for 60 days or more. We will apply this and solve problem. Tax is not a theory subject. Tax is not a practical subject. It's an application-based subject. Finished writing? Just write the message once finished. He should be in India for 182 days or more, and he should be in India for 60 days or more in this financial year. And these two conditions, second basic condition itself has two. Ma'am, he's there in 60 days, but last 4 years also. He was there only 60, 60, 60 days. So 4, 6 are 24. Are you getting? 60 days you are in India now. But last 4 years also 60-60 will not help you to satisfy second basic condition. First basic condition, कुछ भी satisfy नहीं हुआ, so you are said to be a non-resident. Okay, then if you're non-resident, it's a narrow approach. We don't want what you have earned in other countries, Spain, Turkey, Switzerland, क्या कमाया मतलब नहीं. Whatever you have earned in India, pay the tax. So just understand it in a broader way. When I apply this and solve the past exam questions, you will understand provided you are writing now. Now there are additional conditions. Basic conditions, I want all of you to write. है यहाँ नीचे लिखा है मैंने. Any one of the basic conditions should be satisfied. Now, okay, assume that with the basic condition a person is resident. Now, additional conditions are there, and if both the additional conditions are satisfied, a person is said to be resident and ordinary resident. Basic conditions, any one of it, 182 days or 60 days, koi bhi A. Additional conditions, both you have to satisfy to be resident and ordinary resident. He should be resident in India for 2 out of 10 preceding previous years. I'm again repeating, not present. Acha, one thing is important. Both the basic conditions are related to your financial year. Additional conditions are related to preceding previous years. Preceding previous years. Okay? So now, in the preceding 10 previous years, what are the 10 preceding years before 14 to 24? 2014 to 24. In the last 10 years, any 2 years you are resident of India. And this is and not or. He should be in India for 730 days out of the last 7. Again years likha hai 7 PPY. 7 preceding years. 730 days. He should be in India. If both the additional individual is satisfying one basic condition, okay, is said to be resident. Now both the additional conditions, for example, Dipti Chheda, born, brought up and here only. I go to visit other country 10 days, I come back, but I'm here only. Now, both additional conditions satisfied, I am said to be resident and ordinary resident. One of the basic condition satisfied, yeah, and additional conditions, one satisfied, no, useless, hopeless, कोई फायदा ही नहीं. एक satisfied हुआ या none satisfied here, you are said to be resident but not ordinary. And basic condition only not satisfied. None of the basic conditions satisfied. None of the basic conditions satisfied. Non-resident. When basic condition is only not satisfied, will you go and check the additional condition? No. If any one of the basic condition is satisfied, go and check the addition. I want you to write from here, additional conditions. Please write it. I'll show you the past exam papers, how the paper correctors are saying that this is so important. I'm waiting. When you finish, put me a message. Is the volume and all clear? Screen is too clear. I'm seeing the live also in between. Some of you may be feeling I'm regular batch भी इतना slow नहीं होता, but where I have to go slow, I'm going slow. I am only saying that in 15 minutes I'll complete the residential status of all the other SSCs, HUFA, wo सब. Done. Write down this flow chart also. This is all for the residential status of individual. We'll solve one problem so that we'll apply this much and it will be clear. Individual. Any one of the basic conditions satisfied, resident. Then check both additional conditions satisfied, resident and ordinary resident. Additional condition not satisfied, resident but not ordinary resident. Basic condition satisfied, but not even the basic condition 1 or 2 satisfied is said to be non-resident. That's all. Now, after this, I want you all to leave one page for some good notes. And now we will go to the textbook and we will solve questions related to this. Okay. Here we go. Residential status. The total income of SSC cannot be determined without deciding the residential status. Yeah. Residential status will determine which income is going to be taxable and for every year. The onus of responsibility of residential status lies on SSC. Mark it important on MCQs. There's an actual case law I want to discuss here. 2 minutes, pay attention. Okay. I'm just changing the name. This was a case long back. It came in Economic Times. Say a person, Rishi, who just comes for some work in India, but actually he stays in France. So he was in India for 179 days and he was about to leave from Delhi airport on the 179 days. The day he was supposed to leave, there was a lot of fog and some heavy rains and winds and all. So the flight got cancelled. He was on airport only, Delhi airport, and the airport people gave him accommodation in the airport hotel. This kind of cases are asked. So listen to develop your analytical skill. So the airport people gave him the accommodation in the airport hotel itself, and he was given the accommodation over there for 2 days, and when the climate all was normal, and then the flight with a delay of 36 hours and all took off like that. So he got a notice from department that the day you left India, it was like 182 days were over. And you are set to be resident and ordinary resident and you have to pay the tax on world income. He's saying, I was ready to leave on 179 days. I've got a proof that I stayed in the airport hotel. And because of the flight delay, I had to forcibly stay in India. Otherwise, I was going in 179 days. Now tell him, as I said, onus of proof lies with the SSC. SSC has to prove and show the airport hotel bills and all. I was here only. It was not I was roaming everywhere for my business and all. And because of undue conditions, it was delayed. Now what to do? Will the Rishi be treated as resident and pay tax, or he will still be non-resident? Because never earlier he came to India and he was supposed to leave on Wednesday. I want the answer from all of you. I'm waiting. मोबाइल से भी कर रहे हो तो थोड़ा सा बाहर जाओ, चैट में टाइप करो और वापस आ जाओ. I want you to answer this. Whether he will win or department will win, is he a resident or he's a non-resident? There's some time lag here. So time is given to all of you. Yes. Okay. All of you should give your opinion. Will he be an it's okay if it is wrong light चल रहा है गलती हो गई तो क्या अरे बाबा it's okay. You try to answer. Then leave it to me. If it is wrong, you will learn it with a pinch. अरे इतना नहीं है. And you will not do the mistake in final exam. As simple as that. And if you genuinely could analyze ki, okay, the correct answer will be this, Rishi will be resident or non-resident, it will boost your confidence. So the answer here is Rishi is said to be non-resident. Man, but the day he left in India, he had already crossed 182 days. That's why because of those difficult circumstances. But he could prove, the onus of proof lies on the SSC, not on department, that he was ready to go. It was because of the change in weather that flight had to be delayed and he got the accommodation in airport hotel and all. This is the importance of the residential status. Let us read all our notes now. Residential status of SSC can be resident and non-resident. Okay. Individuals and HUF can further be resident and ordinary resident, write down, or resident but not ordinary resident. Residential status has got no relationship with citizenship. MCQ. लिखते जाओ. So many years, if anyone wants to check, just check one playlist is there. MTP, RTP for CMA student, MTP, RTP for CA student. Years I have not skipped any attempt of solving that, and that gives so much of broad practice. Okay, this could be asked in MCQ. Ma'am, if a person is Indian citizen, will he be Indian resident? Answer is no. Residential status has got nothing to do. Indian citizen can be non-resident and foreign citizen can be resident. Residential status is always decided for the previous year because whatever we earn in that year, we have to pay tax, and residential status might change year to year. So residential status, once decided, the job is done. It's not like that. An individual is said to be resident if he fulfills any one of the basic conditions given in section 6.1. He must be physically present in India for 182 days or more. And he should be in India for 60 days or more and 365 days or more in the 4 preceding previous years. The day he comes to India and daily leaves, it is allowed. Yeah. And then exception to rule I will teach you. But then there are additional conditions. He must be given in under section 6, subsection 6, clause A. He must be resident out of 2 out of 10 years immediately preceding the relevant previous year. Previous year 24-25 को छोड़ दो. So preceding previous years out of 10 years, 2 years is said to be in India. And 7 years may 730 days or more is it present in India. I want all of you to circle this end. Both conditions, write down. Both conditions are to be satisfied. Both the conditions are to be satisfied. Resident but not ordinary resident, he must satisfy any one of the basic conditions and he does not satisfy the additional condition. Then he is said to be resident but not ordinary resident. When he will be non-resident? When he is not satisfying any one of the basic conditions. So वो non-resident हो जाए. Same thing repeated 3rd time for all of you. Residential status of individual for 24-25. He should be in India for 180 days or more. I made you right. 60 days or more in the last 4 years. Additional conditions. Out of the last 10 years, 2 years he should be resident and he should be in India for 730 days or more in the last 7 years. ठीक है ना? Done. Okay. Flowchart is same. Let us solve the first question only in notebook. The way with the presentation you have to make for the final exam. Mr. Blair, a British national, comes to India for the first time in 1920. During the financial year 2021, 21, 22, 23, 20, and this, he is in India for 55, 60, 80, 160 and 70 days. ठीक है. Last 24-25 में इंडिया में कितने दिन हैं? 70 days. Determine his residential status for 24-25. How many days he is in India in 24-25? 70 days. So 182 days conditions are not satisfied. 60 days satisfied, yes. But in the preceding 4 years, he has to cross 365 days. Karo. Last 4 years. 55 plus 60 plus 80 plus 160. Oh, 355 days. He's in the 4 years. He's not satisfied. He's neither satisfying first basic condition nor he's satisfying the second basic condition. So he is said to be a non-resident. Ma'am, if we write non-resident and finish off, is it okay? Answer is no. You have to write proper presentation and answer, and you have to show the calculations also if it is 6 months. So this is not a one-shot revision video. This is a practice batch. So let us go to our notebook and do. चलो notes में आगे I want you all to write some more notes also बेटा. तो एक पेज ना और छोड़ दो. And अरे why is it not opening? Yeah, we are doing problem number 1. Question answers. I'm leaving that one page for the notes, and I'm with all of you in problem number 1 together. You have to write the conditions. So for practice, please write it with me. Write down the conditions. Please share this video with as many students as you can. Those who have got the result earlier, those who feel that confidence is coming कि DT हो जाएगा. We'll do it together for sure. Acha. So problem number 1. Actually, I'm doing it only for the presentation purpose. Otherwise, very easy to do. Mr. Blair should satisfy any one of basic conditions to be a resident in India. First basic condition. He should be in India for 182 days or more. He should be in India for 182 days or more. Or any one of the basic condition you have to satisfy. He should be in India for 182 days or more in the financial year 24-25. Next is, he should be in India for 60 days or more. Yes, you have to write these conditions for 60 days or more. Condition in financial year 24-25 and 365 days or more in 4 preceding previous years. Aram se karo. 60 days or more he is in India in this year, or 365 days in more in the 4 preceding previous years. So you have written this condition in the exam. Okay. Now you have to calculate the days in the financial year 24-25. How many days he was in India? Blair? 70 days. 70 days. Second condition, first part, कि 60 days and all से ज्यादा होना satisfied. ठीक है ना? Second condition का first day हो गया. Now in the 4 years, 4 preceding previous years, you can count the days. He is in India for 55 days plus 60 days plus 80 days plus. आंसर मत देखो बेटा, वो आपको सेल्फ रिविजन के लिए दिया है. अभी आप मेरे साथ सॉल्व करो. प्लीज सॉल्व इट विथ मी. 355 days. In the preceding 4 years, he is not in India, not satisfied. You know, he is not in India. He is not in India for, what do you call it? 365 days or more, so not satisfied. Now, conclusion. Always write conclusion. They will check and give special marks for this. Mr. Blair is not satisfying any of basic conditions. Mr. Blair is not satisfying any of the basic conditions. Mr. Blair is not satisfying any of the basic conditions. Hence, he is a non-resident. 4 and out, 6 out of 6 marks. But nowadays they are asking this for 2 marks and then they give Mr. Blair's income. Combos ka zamana hai. So decide the essential. Oh, some low battery. Yeah. Mr. Blair is not satisfying any one of the basic condition. He is a non-resident. This much answer you have to write for 5 marks, 6 marks. Ma'am, should we write additional conditions? Not required. Not required. Clear to all of you? Put me a message. Done? That easy it is. Take down the homework. बिल्कुल ऐसे ही questions हैं simple. Mr. Malaya, a Malaysian citizen, leaves India after a period of 10 days. 10 years stay on 1st June 21. During financial year 22-23 comes to India for 46 days. Later, he returns India in October 24. Determine his residential status for 24-25. So, Mr. Malaya, he has to satisfy first basic condition 182 days or more, or 60 days or more and 365 days or more. है ना? चलो. So, he comes to India on 10th October 2024. Now, how do we calculate the days? October में 31 days are there. So, he came on 10th. We will count 10th also and 31 also. So, 21 days, October, November, December, January, February, March. He is in India for 172 days, not satisfied. Now, 4 preceding previous years. Yeah. First basic condition, 182 days, not satisfied. Second one, is in India for more than 60 days? Yes. And in the 4 years, 365 days, hai kya? Let us check. He left India after a period of 10 days stay in June 21. So 2021, the full 365 days he was in India because he left in June 21. Then in 21, he left on 1st June. So 30 days of April, 31 days of May, and 1st June he left. 21, 22. 62 days he was there. 20 to 23 he was in India for 46 days. 23, 24 he was not there because he came back again in October 24. Calculation of days should be clear, leap year और ये सब आपको आना चाहिए. 470. So he is satisfying second basic condition. 60 days or more he is in India and 365 days. So he is said to be resident. Now either of the basic conditions satisfied. Let us check the additional conditions. Additional condition पहले तो लिख लो. 2 out of 10 years he should be resident in India. So after a stay of 10 years he went in 21. So 21 के पहले तो 10 years he was in India. So definitely out of the last 10 years, 2 years he is a resident. And 730 days in the last 7 years. So definitely, because 24 say 7 years. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. So last 21 के पहले तो 10 years he was in India. So obviously he is satisfying both the additional condition and the second basic condition. He is said to be resident and ordinary resident. Is this clear to all of you? Yeah. So this is the way you have to do. Please do it in notebook in 5 to 7 minutes. So much explanation if I'm giving and if I'm asking you to do in notebook. Trust me, dear students. Dipti ma'am आपने समझा दी समझ गया मत छोड़ो बेटा. Go and see the 18th and 19th question. They are a combo questions from this May 24, December 24 exam. तो वो ही करना है आपको. तो ये practice तो करना होगा ना बेटा. Right? Okay. Third one is homework without any hint. Chalo. Now I am teaching you exception to the rule. Okay. Take a pause and memorize with me. Yeah. A person should be in India for 182 days or more. If not, 60 days or more and 365 days or more. This is clear. Additional condition 2 out of 10 years he should be resident 730. Okay. Now there is exception to rule that first basic condition is not there only. Yeah. So now what are the exceptions and then how to check the residential status? Let us see that and read that from our notebook. Go back to the first page of the chapter. Exception to the rule that a person has to satisfy 182 days or more. Sorry, not first. Second basic condition is not applicable only. 60 days and 365 days in the वो applicable ही नहीं है. 182 days or more you are in India, then resident go and check the additional 2 basic conditions. Clear? Indian citizen who during the relevant previous year goes abroad for his employment. An Indian citizen who goes abroad for his employment, job or business purpose, for him 60 days one is not relevant. He has to be in India for 182 days or more to satisfy the residential status. An Indian citizen who leaves India in the relevant previous year as a crew member of Indian ship. An Indian citizen leaving abroad for employment purpose, 60 days, 365 days not applicable, 182 days time. An Indian citizen who leaves India in the relevant previous year as a crew member of Indian ship, yes. An Indian citizen, person of Indian origin, who being outside India, visits India during the relevant previous year. This one is very important and how the questions are asked. Please don't confuse it with deemed resident question. वो मैं अलग से कराऊंगी आपको. अभी देखो. An Indian person or a person of Indian origin who is said to be of Indian origin, who himself or parents or grandparents are born in undivided India. He stays outside India. He stays in, say, USA, America, and he comes to visit India. For him, 60 days wala condition is still not applicable. And the period is reduced to 120 days and 365 days in 4 years if such person is having total income other than foreign sources, means total income in India above 15 lakhs. Now see, forget about your residential status. If you are earning income 15 lakhs and above in India, see 30% is the tax, even if you have seen in the default tax regime. Correct or not? Right? So then how to check this and what to see? See, an Indian citizen who goes abroad for employment business, 60 days applicable need. You are going out as a member of crew ship, 60 days applicable need. Oh, you are staying abroad, coming to visit India. 60 days will become 120 days and more if you are in India. 365 days and 4. And total income in India should be above 15 lakhs. See no conditions. I want all of you to write. I'll make you write this. I'll apply and solve questions. So keep patience in learning. All conditions to be satisfied. Then we are said to be resident and ordinary resident. Yeah? Okay. I'll talk about this continuous discharge certificate also. This is also asked in MCQ. When we are saying as a ship member, as a crew member, you leave India as a member of a crew and ship, then 60 days wala second condition is not applicable for you. 182 days. So you know how the days are counted. The day ship leaves India, there's a continuous discharge certificate register where you sign. Okay, 8th of May. The day ship comes to shore, okay, that you are taking an entry. These many days you are out of India as a member of crew. I'm repeating, if a person is going out as a member of a crew ship, 60 days condition not satisfied, and for 182 days in India, his presence in India is to be checked with the help of a document which is called as continuous discharge certificate. Okay, right. चलो अब इसको थोड़ा और डिटेल में करेंगे. ये जो 182 डेज वाला है ना, थर्ड वाला इज या person leaving exception to the rule where second basic condition is not applicable, 60 days and 365 days. A person leaving India for employment, person leaving India as a member of crew, person of Indian origin staying abroad, coming to visit India, less than 120 days, non-resident. 120 days or more, less than 181 days. Huh? Total income 15 lakhs is zyada hai? Yes. 365 days or more in the preceding years is in India? Yes. And 120 days and more he is in India in the current year? Yes. He is said to be resident, but not authentic. Ma'am, if the person who is leaving India, staying abroad and coming to visit India, if he is there for 181 days, so first basic condition. First basic condition is applicable. Second 60 days is not applicable for person leaving India for employment, person leaving India as a member of crew, person of Indian origin or Indian citizen staying abroad coming to visit India. Okay. Ma'am, someone stays in India for 145 days. This condition is satisfied. But total income in India is only 3 lakhs. Non-resident. Then 182 days. See, as a teacher, even I took a lot of time to understand this. So directly let us solve one question, or I'll make you write it, the conditions in the page where you have it. पहले एक question करते हैं. देखो, Mr. Beans is Indian citizen, working in Canada. During the 23, 24, 24, 25, he visited in India for 157. ठीक है. पहले 24, 25. How many days he is in India? 165 days. Yeah. His stay in India 20, 21, 21, 22 पहले के भी दिए हैं. ठीक है. How much is the income in India? See, Mr. Beans is Indian citizen, working in Canada, coming to visit India. Okay? He's not there in India for 182 days or more. So first basic condition not satisfied. Second is not applicable. But yeah, if he is in India for 60 days or more, yes. Then the total income in India Is it crossing 15 lakhs? Let us check. Salary in Canada, मतलब नहीं है. Income from properties, Canada, controlled in Canada, कोई मतलब नहीं. Income from business in Canada, but it is controlled from India, the heads and brains, the decision. Is it Indian income? Are you getting? See, a person from foreign country visiting India for more than 120 days. Yeah, because he's there in India for 165 days. So not 60 days, sorry, more than 120 days. Okay. How much is income in India? And repayment of housing loan. Okay. Now this you have to learn because you have not done the house property yet. I am saying the deductions and all, that if you repay your housing loan installment, you get a deduction in ATC, not 260 but 150. How much is the income in India? 16,50,000. अब देखो. Are you all with me? ये देखो. Is he there in India for 120 days or more? Yes. 365 days or more in the 4 years. And total income is exceeding 15 lakhs, then he said to be. अब देखो, Mr. Beans के लिए देखते हैं. In the past, 2021, 21, 22, 23, 24. How many days he is in India? देख लो एक एक चीज. 120 days, 100 days, 155 days, and 23, 24 में 150 तो 530. चलो. Previous year 24, 25. 182 days condition he is not satisfying because in 24, 25. Is he there in India for more than 120 days? Yes, 160. Preceding 4 years, is he there for 365 days and more? Oh, 532 days. And total income is more than 15 lakhs? Yes. Mr. Beans is said to be resident and ordinary resident as he is in India for 120 days or more, 365 days or more in the 4 years, and his total income. See, the presentation of answer is as a student, how will you answer? I'm not giving you big pointers and notes. They are given in your suggested answer for explanation. You don't have to write all of that. Option 2 is just I'm trying to twist and turn. पहले ये check करो clear है. I want the message all clear. We'll practice many questions and this I want you to write. Confused in 60 and 120 days, ठीक है, I'll clear it one second. Keep commenting whatever it is honestly or clear or not clear or कैसे. I'll pause and mind mapping we will do. Mind mapping. देखो. What are the two basic conditions? 182 days or more, 60 days and 365 days. Cases where second condition is not applicable. So to be resident, 181 days say 182 or more days. You have to be in India. Exception to rule where second basic condition is not satisfied. First two cases. Where a person is leaving out of India for work, employment purpose. You are said to be resident in India only if you're there for 182 days or more. If you are a member of Indian crew और आप abroad जा रहे हैं in ship and all and continuous discharge certificate says you're not there in India for 182 days or more. No problem, you're non-resident. 60 days condition not applicable. If you are going out for employment purpose, if you are Indian citizen going out as a member of it. अब third case में आ जाओ. That 182 days and above तो you are resident. But below that they said, oh, if you are Indian citizen, Indian origin, yes. Are you in India for more than 120 days and 181? Because 181 के above तो anyhow you are said to be resident. 120 days, yeah. In the 4 years, are you there in India for 365 days? Yes. Third, you have earned this year total income, forget about world income. Total income in India above 15 lakhs. See, this person has earned income in Canada also. But India में 15 लाख से ज्यादा कमाए ना. Are you all with me? So all the three conditions are satisfied, even though he's not in India for 182 days or more and 60 days condition. He was just there for 165 days, this Mr. B. But what was the total income? More than 15 lakhs. And in the preceding 4 years, more than 365 days. You are said to be resident, but not ordinary resident. Man, he's satisfied, no? Then why you're not checking additional? This is like forcibly satisfied. तो एडिशनल कंडीशन नहीं देखना है एक्सेप्शन टू रूल में even if he satisfies all the three conditions 120 days 365 days total income in India above 15 lakhs simultaneously he is still resident but not ordinary resident. Done, all clear. Yeah, why do I do this option 2 to just show you the twist बेटा कि अगर ऐसा आया तो क्या करेंगे. If in previous year he was there in India for 120 days, in the 4 years more than 365 days, but total income is only 2 lakh. Mr. Bean is a non-resident. Because for resident you have to satisfy all the three conditions. Option 3. If in the previous year he is there in India for 196 days and in the preceding 4 years nil, if he came to India for the first time, or total income भी 50,000 है, then also he is resident but not ordinary resident. Why? Because forget about this story, 120 days and total income in India, वो सब भूल जाओ. 181 days and more you are in India, no? You are said to be resident. But why not ordinary resident? Because you are not satisfying any of the additional conditions. The best way is to learn with option. Please don't get confused. एग्जाम में एक ही ऑप्शन आएगा. ये दीप्ति मैम का स्टाइल है, लाइक अ व्यूविंग. अगर ऐसा करूँ तो ऐसा तोड़ मरोड़ के, यू नो, द मोर यू ट्विस्ट एंड टर्न, it will take time to learn, but you will become very good. ठीक है? So you understood what are the cases, right? चलो, we'll take up one more question and then I'll give you all a break. Identify the following cases, just the residential status. Doraemon is Indian citizen, leaves India for employment purpose on 15th of September. I could have given this homework, but ये ना मुझे साथ में practice करना है. Please do it with me. Pause the video, calculate the days. 15 September means how many days of September? He leaves India on 15 September. So he was in India for April, May, June, July, August and 168 days. Whenever a person is leaving India for abroad, he has to be in India for 181 days or more. Second condition not applicable. Thus, he is not satisfying first condition and he is going out as a member of crew. The second condition is not applicable. Hence, he is said to be what? Non-resident. That's the answer. Mihir, a person of Indian origin, settled in Australia, comes to visit India and he stays in India for 191 days. Oh, resident. Resident. But not ordinary because nothing they have given. This year, he is abroad and he comes to India for 181 days. वो तो हो गया. But पहले के years and all additional conditions we cannot check. So resident but not ordinary resident. Mr. Bilay, holding Indian passport and staying in Canada, arrives in India on 14th November and leaves India on 22nd September. Okay. Indian passport है उसके पास. He stays in Canada, arrives in India. 22nd September he is leaving. So April, May, June, July, August and 22nd. He was just in India for 175 days. He's staying in Canada, came to visit India. He's not there for 181 days and more. So he's not finished. Let us take a quick break of 5 minutes and we'll do the last concept in the deciding residential status. That's very simple. It's deemed resident. But before that, I request you to revise this and please comment below that, ma'am, it is honestly very clear. One concept, one problem is Dipti ma'am's style. So that one, and at the back, you will see 8, 9, 10 questions of past exam, important questions behind the study material, all put together. Okay? Okay. So we're back after a break. 7 minutes. Chalo, that so many of you are coming live and joining and leaving thinking, okay, this is very good to understand, but then I will do it later. That later will never come. And you all are very smart students to understand the class from wherever you start watching. Don't worry. If you start watching now from being resident, you will follow. Go back and cover up the missed one. But do it live, that has an amazing impact. Anjana, one student, if you've checked my last year's live classes, every day she will attend live, keep commenting. You can watch that playlist is still there. And she cleared in the first attempt. So this magic works, whether it is offline or online class, when you do live class with a teacher, it does make a difference. Okay? Okay. So once again, what are the cases wherein second condition 60 days and 365 days is not applicable? It's the first one is, that means you are set to be resident only if you satisfy the first basic condition 182 days or more. A person of Indian origin, Indian citizen leaving India for job or employment purpose. A person of Indian origin going out as a member of crew, then in the document called as continuous discharge certificate, if he is in India for 182 days or more, he is said to be resident. And third one is a person of Indian origin, Indian citizen, anyone staying abroad, coming to visit India. Is he there in India for 120 days or more? Yes. In the preceding 4 years, 365 days and more? Yes. And is the income in India, total income above 15 lakhs? Yes. Then he is said to be resident, but not ordinary resident. If he is not having total income in India, say 2 lakhs also, but then he's there in India for 165 days, right? So will he be a resident? No. Then 181 days is Aadhaar NI. But this 120 days to 181 days also a person becomes resident and not ordinary resident if he's having total income more than 15 lakhs in India. And all these three conditions are to be satisfied simultaneously. Now, the last concept we are going towards asks so much straight theory question once they ask. Write a short note on deemed resident. Deemed means assumed, forcibly. Now, this is a term called in Hindi. I'll convert also in English for all those who are saying, ma'am, you promised the lecture 100% in English. जिसका कोई नहीं है उसका खुदा है. You know, when there are not parents and guardians, everyone becomes your parents, right or not? So someone is an orphan, some ऐसे ही बोल रही हूँ. He's not paying tax in any other countries, or where he's getting the income. No, he's staying in a tax haven country, so zero tax. Forget about the number of days he's in India. He has earned more than 15 lakhs income in India. He's not paying tax in any other country. Then why don't you become deemed resident of India and pay the tax as resident, but not ordinary? We are not going into additional condition 2 out of 10 years and 730 days out of. वो सब नहीं करना. Are you all with me? Who is deemed resident? A person who is earning more than 15 lakhs income in India, and he may be a citizen of any other country, but he's not paying tax anywhere else in the world, and he is earning more than 15 lakhs income in India. Resident, but not ordinary. Clear to all of you? An individual being an Indian citizen having total income other than income from foreign sources exceeding 15 lakhs during the year would deem to be resident. An Indian citizen, not an Indian origin this time. Indian origin इसके लिए applicable था वो 120 days. He is Indian citizen having total income other than foreign sources more than 15 lakhs in India, and he is not liable to pay tax in any other country. However, this provision will not apply in case individual who is resident of India in the previous year. Yeah. By routine, if you're resident and all, no problem. But Forget about your number of days. It may be noted that deemed resident will always be resident, but not ordinary resident. No need to check additional conditions. 5 points you write. See, a person, Indian citizen, staying abroad or anywhere, forget about the number of days. Your 60 days, 120 days, कोई relevant नहीं है. He is earning more than 15 lakhs income in India, yes. He is not paying tax in any other country, then you are said to be the deemed resident under section 6(1) and pay the. Okay. This is a question asked in exam. Tarak is Indian citizen. Currently he is in employment in Rangoon. During previous year he visits only for 41 days. घर जाओ सो जाओ. 60 days तक नहीं है, क्या करोगे? But we came to know that Tarak is not paying any tax in Rangoon. He is not paying tax anywhere else in the world. And he has earned total income in India other than foreign sources. This is an indirect language ki total income in India other than foreign sources is 25 lakhs. He is in India for 41 days only, but still he will be treated as deemed resident. I want you all to learn this section 6 clause 1A. Tarak, is he an Indian citizen? Yes. Total income in India is above 15 lakhs? Yes. He is not paying tax in any other country? Yeah. He is said to be resident, but not ordinary resident. Mark it, very, very important. 5 marks question, 5 marks test. Simple conditions to be satisfied for deemed resident. Clear to all of you? He should be an Indian citizen, first condition. Income in India, other than foreign sources, is above 15 lakhs. He is not paying tax in any other countries. Then he is treated to be a deemed resident under section 6, clause 1A, and he will be treated as resident and but not ordinary resident. The number of days is not relevant here. Okay. Now, second case is 10 lakhs. Gone. 41 days you are in India, 60 days bhi nahi. You're not paying tax in any other country, but in India also your income is not above 15 lakhs, no? Non-interest. Clear? Now, before we go on to solve more in-depth questions, some general conditions. Yeah? Residential status is always decided for previous year and it has to be decided every year. Continuity is not required. I told you, you can come, go, come, go. The day you come India and day you leave are counted. Indian origin. Who is said to be Indian origin? If either of his parents or grandparents are born in undivided India or he himself. Official tools in connection with employment shall not be regarded as employment outside India. You know, so many people working in the top positions in India as a CEO, as a VP, as a director, and for their work they go abroad. So are they going out for employment purpose? No, they are very well employed of the Bank of India and he is the chief director and vice president. He is going for some official meetings. That does not mean he is going out for employment purpose. So official tools means you are a resident and very well taxable here. Residential status is separate for different kind of SSC. Today's class is exclusively for individuals. Resident for one source. You can't say, okay, my total income in India is about 15 lakhs, so I'll be resident for business income, not for house property. Once you are resident, then you are resident for all the 5 years. Can a person be resident in more than one country? Maybe. Indian law says 181, 2 days or more and 60 days. Foreign country ka koi aur rule ho sakta hai. Yeah. Residential status has got nothing to do with citizenship. Yeah. Present in territorial waters of India also means stay in India. This I have cleared with a map. Then you are working in Arabian Sea in the oil extracting units. Still, it is 200 nautical miles in India. This one I have given in bold, very, very important. Both the points and for important for question and answer. Students, usually my paper correction experience do mistake here. Very, very important. I'll explain it just like that. Okay, tell me. There's a difference in income received in India and remitted in India. What is remittance and what is this? Say Mr. Raj is a doctor in a hospital in London. He's earning his fees there, and a part of fees he sends India to wife and children for the school and other household expenses. So Raj is a non-resident. Where he's getting the fees from the hospital? London. Later on, he's remitting to India. Will that income be taxable in India when it is remitted? Answer is no. Remittances are not taxable. Clear? Now, I twist it. Raj is a doctor in London, but he's saying to hospital, don't give me the fees in London. Directly give me the fees or my income in my bank account in Hyderabad. So Raj is earning in London, but where he has received the income? In India, directly. Will it be taxable? Yes. Income received in India, na, फंस गए. This I will talk more अभी आगे. But just get the difference. What is the income received? Remittance is something earned abroad and later on remitted in India. You can't say, oh, first you have earned in London, then you have sent in India. It will again be taxable in India. No, not required. Remittances are never taxable. Receipts are taxable. I know I'm going slow because these are the 2 points where you feel that pinch ki, I would have got 7 out of 7. Why did I get 5 out of 7 in such an easy topic? Any income already taxed on accrual basis or receipt basis outside India, consequently remitted to India, is not chargeable to tax at the time of remittance. Follow, any income which is already taxed on accrual basis as a doctor abroad or receipt basis, later on it is remitted India, it will not be taxable. And last point in the concept is past untaxed profit brought to India, profit earned abroad, tax paid there, and then capital is transferred, it is not taxable again in India. So now boldly इसको underline करो, and this is like so important. Past untaxed profit brought to India. ठीक है, आप लोग मेरे साथ है. Past untaxed profit brought to India. Now what do you mean by that? Okay, you all must have seen a movie called as DDLJ, right? देखा है या नहीं? Shahrukh Khan and Kajol is one of the very hit movie where Amrish Puri had a departmental store in London. He was there in London for years. He earned his income there. He was a resident of London. He paid the tax there. One day he decided to sell off his house and departmental store and bring all his capital and stay in Punjab. Okay. Now what is the case? Amrish Puri is a resident of London. He has earned income in London, paid the tax there. Now he has sold the property and house, and he's bringing that capital in India. When he brings, what is that capital? It's the profit over the years he has earned over there, and then invested in house and all, and then he's bringing. This is not a profit brought to India. This is a transfer of capital from London to Amritsar. Are you getting? He has got a capital. When you earn profit, it's added in your capital, and he has got a beautiful capital, one house and store and stock and all in London. He sold off everything and he's getting the capital in India. When that capital comes in India, can the department say, oh, these profits are not taxed in India, you have paid tax in London, now you pay tax here? No. Past untaxed profit are not taxable for anyone in the final exam. ये बहुत कॉमन मिस्टेक है, इसमें मैं थोड़ा ज्यादा रिपीट कर रही हूँ. रेसिडेंट और नॉन रेसिडेंट एंड रेसिडेंट, none of them. Past untaxed profit which are brought to India are like a capital transfer. They are not income only, so not taxable. Is it an overdose today's class or clear? We have completed one aspect. Now we are going to the second aspect. Now we know, okay, if a person is resident, this, non-resident, this. Conditions are over. Okay, now Dipti ma'am, we have decided a person is resident. Now what income he should pay tax? Okay, Dipti ma'am, we know that this person is a non-resident. कैसे? अब कौन सी income पे tax लगेगा? That I am starting. So read with me carefully. Yeah. Past untaxed profit which is brought in India, he has already paid the tax there and then brought in India. So it is not going to be taxable again in India. Clear to all of you? Let us do this table. I want all of you to mark it as the pumping heart. And you will surely learn it. It's my duty. Just understand it. Learn कराना मेरा काम है. आप exam में बहुत अच्छे marks score करोगे. Have you seen question and answers for residential status in column form? They're all based on this. चलो. This table shows that depending on the residential status, you are resident and ordinary, resident but not ordinary, and non-resident, which incomes are going to be taxable in India. But before we take on this table and decide to by heart it, let us see what is income received in India. Income received in India means, as I said, you are a doctor in London, but directly the hospital is paying the salary to you in India. Then income is received in India is taxable in all the cases. Whether accrued in India, you are a doctor and you're giving service in London. But if the hospital is paying you fees in India, you are an author for a foreign publisher. But if you are getting your authorship ka royalty in India, income received in India na taxable. If the first place where the recipient gets the money is India, it's going to be taxable. Receipt is different from remittance. The receipt of income refers to the first occasion when the recipient gets the money under his control. Once the amount is received as income at any place outside and subsequent remittance is not taxable, same concept repeated. Roy, a non-resident, received dividend in Africa on 5th of October and on 11th October he remitted the same to India. This will not become taxable. But income received in India as the first instance is taxable. Income deemed to be received in India. Oh, I want all of you to write here TDS. Your gross salary is 100 minus TDS 10 and net paid is 90. I want all of you to write this example. Or see, the concept is important. So 10 rupees, 2 rupees. We are not in the TRPs of TV serials. So we are not talking in crores. Yeah, listen. What is the gross salary, dear students? I have to pay you 100. Then I'm saying, listen, Sarika, I'm paying you 100 rupees salary. 10 rupees on your income, I will deduct the tax and pay to government. I'll give you 90 rupees. And this 10 rupees tax, you can pay less when you have to pay tax. You can say TDS deducted by DTM. So what is the expense for me? 100 or 90? 100. What's the income for you? 90 you have received. Actually, you have received 100 and I'm saying, okay, out of income, can you pay me 10 rupees tax and I'll pay to government. So though you have received 90, 10 rupees is your deemed to received income. Aram se karo. I'm giving you a beautiful example. What is deemed to received income? I gave you salary 100. Then I'm saying, listen, 10 rupees, give me back. No, I'll pay tax on your behalf and you can take a deduction. When you pay final tax 50 rupees, you say Dipti ma'am paid 10. I'm giving you 90. 10 rupees is your deemed to received income. One more example. Labor chapter in costing or in jo aap bolo. Chalo. I'm giving you 100 rupees salary and 12 rupees I'm paying on your behalf in Provident Fund. What is my expenditure for you? 112 gross salary. But how much came in your pocket? 100. Listen, your salary is 100. I'll pay 12 rupees on your behalf to PF. And from your 100, I'll deduct your PF contribution also. And I'll give you 88. What is your salary? 100. How much it came in your pocket net? 88. 12 rupees is your deemed to receive salary. Take your salary 100, out of that 12 I am deducting and putting in PF. Finally, PF money will come to you only. मुझे नहीं चाहिए. So what is your received income? 88. What is your deemed to be received income? So like that, just understand whatever I'm explaining. There are more terms in this chapter like business connection and all. I'll touch up and explain just and over. I'll only say read this much enough. But this one is beautiful. What is income deemed to be received? Which indirectly is your income, but it doesn't come in your hand. Exam में definition मत लिख के आई हो. I'll tell you how to read it. What is income deemed? Any doubt you have in this, I'll start the class with doubt clearing tomorrow. Yeah. Annual accretion in the year of balance is a member of RPF and all. Rule 6 provides that 12% and all. RPF, TDS is also deemed to be received. ये याद है सबको? Section 69. Unexplained income, unexplained expenditure. At your home, 1 crore rupees recovered cash. This is your deemed to be income. You have to pay 78% tax on that. This is deemed to be received income. Contribution by central government and a pension scheme and all. वही जैसे provident fund pension and all. Income which will accrue in India. Super. Just understand this list in detail. We will discuss. Income na accrue India में हो रही. इसका one of the best example. Someone staying in London, selling the property in Chennai to someone in Sri Lanka. Who is the seller? London person. Who is the buyer? Sri Lanka. But where the property is located? Chennai. Is income accruing in India? Seller outsider, buyer outsider. Property to India, man. Income accrues in India. Dividend declared by Indian company in India may be paid to NRI abroad, FIIs, foreign institution. उनको बाहर dividend दिया. But where the dividend generated? Indian company declaring dividend in AGM in India. Is it income which is accruing in India, generating in India? Yeah. और क्या example बताऊं आपको income accruing in India? Yeah, Government of India. You've seen that movie, no? Salman Khan's movie. Ek Tha Tiger. 2-3 parts came now. Ek Tha Tiger is a person who is working in the secret defense department of India. Hidden his name and identity and all. So he doesn't stay in India. Say he's staying in other countries. Say Paris, he's staying and working over there for Indian embassy. Okay. But who is giving the salary? Government of India. Is that person working in India, staying in India? No. But that income accrues in India. Give yourself time to understand. और जितना समझ में आएगा, more than enough. Solving the problem is very easy. It's Dipti ma'am's way to give more and more examples so that yeah, Salman Khan got salary in France, Paris, London, jidhar bhi, but he was working for Government of India, no? And Government of India is giving you salary, it's generating from India. So like that, let us see the cases. This topic again I will repeat tomorrow. Income from business connection in India in detail I will read tomorrow. Properties transferred from India, capital asset in India, income salary earned in India, Government of India paying salary, dividend from Indian company. Yeah, interest is payable to an NRI. But if these are some more cases, मुझे लगता है इनको मैं अलग से explain करूँगी. First, you understand this table. Income accrued and all I will explain now. Let us solve the problems related to this. Income received in India, just directly received in India. London doctor directly getting the salary from hospital in India. Whether accrued or not, it is taxable for all. Yes, yes, yes means taxable, no means not taxable. Income received in India, taxable for all. Deemed to be received, TDS, वो PF वाला part, yes, yes. Income accruing in India, property. I want all of you to write and do 3D35 makeup, 5D makeup. Income is accruing in India, property is in India, government of India paying salary, dividend in India. Yes, yes, yes. Income deemed to accrue or arise in India, whether received directly accruing or deemed assumed to accrue or arise in India. Income received outside India, accrued outside India, but business controlled from India. Yes, yes, no. Resident and ordinary resident, even if income is received accrued outside India, but business is controlled from India, no? Decisions are taken from India, no? Yes. Resident but not ordinary resident, yes. Non-resident. He's already an NRI. He doesn't have to do any lena dena with India. So why he will pay the tax in India? Because income is received outside. It is accrued outside and he himself is an NRI. Why he should pay the tax in India? No. Circle it the way I'm doing. Income earned outside India, received outside India, business set up outside India, source outside India. It's not written, but you write down controlled outside India. कंट्रोल भी इंडिया के बाहर हो रहा है. Yes, no. Even resident and ordinary resident will not pay. Non-resident to one. Income received outside India, controlled outside India, accrued outside India. लेना देना ही नहीं है. But this person is called मैं बेचारा. No one should be मैं बेचारा, but this person. Why? Resident and ordinary resident should pay the tax on world income in India. Now, when I say this, I've seen students writing this dialogue in exam, as if Dipti ma'am is saying. Huh? All, received, deemed to be received, accrued, deemed to accrue, controlled in India, yes, controlled outside, yes. Resident and ordinary residents who should pay tax. And here you make a different kind of search. Pele non-resident. See, non-resident will pay the tax. I want all of you to write here 4 cases. Is my speed fine for the explanation? 4 cases. Receive, deemed to receive. Accrue, deemed to accrue. बस खत्म. 6 cases, 5 cases, 4. Here one is this. Resident but not ordinary. Received, deemed to receive. Accrued, deemed to accrue. And if the business is controlled in India. Is this clear to all of you? I know I have gone little slow, but is this clear or not? The gist is world income resident and ordinary should pay tax, non-resident only on 4 cases, and resident but not ordinary resident 1 step extra, that is yes. Okay. This one I'll explain more in detail tomorrow, with each one having a good presentation. Now, let us solve the questions. If you've seen residential status in exam, calculate the total income in all the 3 cases, column form, and then 1.5 page of notes. In your final answer sheet, it should not be like that. You're not supposed to explain everything. The suggested answer is explaining for you to understand. But you are not required to write so many notes. 5 marks ke question, triple column ke liye you're writing. Important notes, 1 or 2 and enough, right? So to start with, let us take up directly some good questions of calculating the income in all the three ways. Chalo. Ninth problem, mark it very, very important. Ninth problem, mark it very, very important. चलिए साथ में. Yeah. We are solving it in writing. It might take 15 minutes time, but do it with me. In notebook, साथ में करेंगे. Don't check the answer right now. X furnishes following particulars of income earned during the year. Interest on German development bonds. 2/5 is to received in India, to straight taxable. 3/5 we will see. Income from agriculture in Bangladesh. Received there, but later on remitted in India. 50,000. Yeah, remittance to छोड़ दो. But from Bangladesh, if you have earned agricultural income, it will be taxable only in the first case. Income from property in Canada, received outside India, 76,000 used there, later on remitted. So where is the property? Canada. Where the income is received? Canada. Only the first person will pay the tax. Yes, no, no. I am making you learn. समझ में आ रहा है? Income earned in business in Uganda, but controlled from India, 65,000. Out of that 15,000, so yes, yes, yes. Whenever income is received in India, yes, yes, yes. अब दूर वाले 50,000. I hope you are getting. 15,000 तो taxable for all. Now coming to 50,000. Income is earned outside India. This business is controlled from India. Yes, yes, no. Fifth case. Yes. Resident but not ordinary resident. Yes, because though it is accrued outside India, received outside India, but it's controlled from India. Yes, yes, no. Refer back, refer back. If it's your first problem and you're getting little confused, refer back. Dividend paid by foreign company but received in India. Okay. If dividend is received in India, it's taxable for all. Past untaxed profit, सबके लिए no. Past untaxed profit is not income only, I explained you. Profits from business in Chennai and managed from Sri Lanka. But where is the business? Chennai. Yes, yes, yes. Even NRI you have to pay the tax because income is accruing in India. It's in India. Profit on sale of building in India received in Sri Lanka. Kidhar bhi? Yes, yes, yes. Because property is in Chennai or kidhar bhi, that's very well accruing here. Pension from a former employer in India received in Rangoon. But the salary is generated from India, no? It is accruing in India. Gift in foreign currency from a friend. Now here many of you don't know. So in income from other sources, whenever other than your relatives, family member, if you get gift from anyone above 50,000, it becomes taxable. So this person gave you a gift of 80,000. Okay? Gift in foreign currency from a friend received in India on January 2025. Ma'am, if it is 80,000 above 50 will be taxable. No. Someone gifting you in India, maybe in foreign currency from a friend who's, but it is received in India, no? So taxable for all. Once the gift received other than relative exceed 50,000, full amount is taxable. I'm first only taking a big problem. I should have started with a small one, but I feel this is the level of the problem which comes in final exam. So let us do it together. करें साथ में? Ninth problem in notebook, full-fledged question for all. Problem number 9. Computation of income of Mr. X for the previous year 24-20. In all the three cases, we will do it together. Particular than triple column. Resident and ordinary resident. Resident but not ordinary resident. Interest on German bonds. Yeah, you have to write little detail, no? लिखना पड़ेगा. Interest on German bonds. 2/5 is received in India. So 60,000 का 2/5. $24,000 is taxable for all. And now 3/5 interest is accruing in foreign country and received also there. So why these two people will pay the tax? Followed, income received outside India, accrued outside India. Interest received and accrued outside India. 60,000 का 3/5. 36,000 only for him. Are you all with me? Yeah, you can write directly this 60,000 and that 24 and 24 बिल्कुल अलग. Bond का interest is received and accrued outside India, taxable world income only for this. But if it is received in India, taxable for all. Now, agricultural income from Bangladesh. So whenever you get agricultural income from abroad, it is taxable. Yeah, but it is received there. Later on a part is remitted. So remittance से तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. Are you reading? Please take a pause. Your left hand on the Sarathi compiler book. When I'm reading, read. When I'm writing, write. When I'm looking at the camera and explaining, listen. So this Bangladesh agricultural income received in India, yes, it is taxable in other source for resident and ordinary. And other two don't have to pay the tax. Why? Because income is received outside India, it is accrued outside India. Later on part may be remitted, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So only the resident and yes, no. World income he has to pay the tax. Now income from property in Canada. Income from Canada. 76,000 is there only spent and 10,000 is later on spent remitted in India. Remittance से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Directly received in India, like the first one, German bonds, so taxable. So 86,000 will be taxable only for resident and ordinary resident because this income is accrued in Canada, received there, but for resident and ordinary resident, world income is taxable here. Next is income earned in Uganda, controlled from Delhi, and 15,000 received in India. So you can bifurcate or you can write together. I am showing you bifurcate. 15,000 is taxable for all. Why, dear students? Because it is received in India. 15,000 सबके लिए. Now, controlled from India. Income, the remaining 50,000 is received outside India, but it is a business controlled from India. Don't write in final exam, but just for your reference. Fifth case, yes, no. Income is received outside India, accrued outside India, but it is controlled from India. So very well, the resident and ordinary resident, they both have to pay tax. Non-resident will not. Non-resident should pay the tax in only 4 cases. Receipt? Yeah, this material is already there in all the WhatsApp and Telegram group. Okay? So do check if you want, because आपको ये लगेगा कि material के बिना कैसे पढ़ाई होगी. चलो 50-50 nil. Income from business controlled from India but earned outside India, accrued and received outside India will be taxable. Yes, yes, no. Fifth case is only for your reference. Now, dividend paid by foreign company but received in India. Dividend received in India. सबके लिए टैक्सेबल हो जाएगा क्योंकि ये डिविडेंड रिसीव भी इंडिया में हुआ है. 46,500 46,500 सबके लिए टैक्सेबल हो जाएगा. पास्ट untaxed profit. I know I'm going little slow. Past untaxed profit brought in India. इसी के लिए टैक्सेबल नहीं है. 1043,500 and working note 1. We'll write a note that past untaxed profit is not an income only. It's a capital transfer. Profit from business in Chennai. Business income in Chennai. Even though it is received outside India, but it is earned here now, taxable for all. Taxable for all. Why? Because income is accruing in India. Even NRI, if he is getting some business which is in Chennai, he has to pay the tax here, right? Next is profit on sale of building in India received in Sri Lanka. Profit on sale of building in India. 14,80,000. सबके लिए taxable है. Why? Because this building is situated in India, income is accrued in India. So even if you are an NRI and even if the amount is received in Sri Lanka, but property कहाँ है? India में. So taxable for all. Pension from a former employer in India received in Rangoon. Pension is very well taxable under that salary even if you are retired. Pension from India. Anywhere you receive in Rangoon या कहीं पे भी. But it is salary you are getting from. It's like a salary only, but because you retire, you don't get salary, you call it as pension. $36,000. Very well taxed. For all. Give above 50,000, even though it is received in foreign currency from a friend. Even though it is foreign currency, but where it is received? In India. So any gift above 50,000 to पूरा amount taxable होगा. 80,000. The whole amount will be taxable. That's it. Any one of you is having doubt in any one bit? Any bit, any bit, any bit? No? Then do the total. And tell me, what is the total? We'll do the total बाद में. पहले note लिख लेते हैं, working note 1. Past untaxed profit brought to India. Past untaxed profit brought to India. is not income. It's capital transfer. DDLJ Amrish example. Capital transfer, not taxable. Done, and is it clear to all of you the quality of the question we are doing is so important. Don't worry, ma'am, so many adjustments will come for 6 to 8 months. Answer is no. 50% of this as good as 2 questions we have done. अभी इसके बाद I'll tell you exactly. इससे बहुत छोटे ही question आते हैं आपको. But very nice, very nice. I'll take combined question. Abhi today I'm doing separately ki okay, this is the residential status and this is the income. Tomorrow when I do combine, it will be very clear to all of you. And we'll do nice questions of the past exam also. Yeah, please do the total. I am also doing, but you can do it faster than me. Break I gave, now no break. We are doing some एक और अच्छा सम करते हैं ना तीनों के साथ and then it's done. 20,61,500 is the total income if you are resident and ordinary resident. Smart way of doing the total. Do the total or don't do the total again. Minus these 3 figures, which is not taxable. And you will get 17,58,500. And now or 50,000. Business is controlled from India. 17,08,000. Ask your doubts. All clear, then put me a message in Zoom or in wherever you are live. Easy. The gist is non-resident. Why he's paying tax on German bonds, which is accrued outside India? Because it's received in India. Accrued in India, deemed to receive, deemed to accrue, done. Resident and ordinary resident, world income. And middle one, business income accrued outside India, received control. That's the only difference. So some more homeworks for all of you. Homework is going to be there because tomorrow I will take past exams, question and answers, which are quite in-depth in the class, along with the residential status of partnership firm, company and all. So these two are homework for you. The 7th one and 8th one. Homework. 8th वाला तो बहुत ही simple है. ठीक है. 8th is the very simple. 7th, if you want, I'll discuss for all of you. Chalo. Salaska submits the details of income and calculate his income in all the 3 cases. So same column we have made. Profits from business which is carried on in India. If business is accruing in India, yes, taxable for all. Because income is accruing in India, it is going to be taxable for all. Next, profit from consultancy which is set up in India. Okay, again taxable for all. इतने छोटे-छोटे problem आते हैं. Profit from business in UK, earned in UK, controlled in UK, received in UK, only the first one will pay the tax. Interest on British bank deposit received in UK. Again same, no other will pay the tax. Capital gain, property situated in Mumbai, no, all the 3 because income is accruing in India. So for all the 3. Clear? You'll be able to do the 8th problem on your own. 10th also, this is already a study. See, study material also, CMA, CA, all past exam nowadays, they send a lot of questions they are asking from study material also. So I've included all that also here. Interesting, no? One concept, question, answer. One concept, question, answer. I don't think you're feeling tired. Not tired, then comment. Even if you're watching recording, that will give this video a lot of boost. Thank you so much in advance. Bradley, an Australian cricketer, visits India 100 days. This has been his practice for the 10 years. Find out his residential status. Would your answer be different if he changes the facts that Bradley is Indian citizen who is resident in Australia? ठीक है, B केस बाद में देखेंगे. पहले, how many days he is in India in 24, 25, 100 days? And how many days he is in India for the last 10 years, 100, 400 days? So Bradley is not satisfying the first condition, 182 days. But he is satisfying the second condition. 60 days or more he is in India and 365 days or more in the preceding 4 years. Yeah. So he is said to be resident. But okay. Now Bradley is a resident. Now additional conditions. Last 7 years he should be in India for 730 days. No. Every year he is in India for 100 days. So last 7 years, he is not in India for 730 days. He is only there for 700 days. Not satisfied. Bradley is resident but not ordinary resident because he is satisfying the second basic condition but not satisfying any of the additional conditions. He is resident in India and all. ठीक है? सिर्फ ये हो गया आपका फर्स्ट आंसर कि he is a resident but not ordinary resident. Now, क्या पूछा है आपको? Would your answer change if the above facts relate to Bradley, an Indian citizen who's now resident in Australia and comes to visit India? No. In the above facts, Indian citizen who's residing in Australia and comes to visit India, he would be treated as non-resident, irrespective of the total income. Since his stay in India in the current year is less than 120 days. See, if he is Indian citizen, staying abroad, 181 days is not applicable. 181 days नहीं हो रहा, satisfy नहीं हो रहा. Or 60 days condition is not applicable. And 120 days anyhow, he is there in India only for 100 days. And they didn't give the detail about the total income also. So it's said to be a non-resident. Take a pause. It will take time for you to understand. Ma'am, ऐसे कैसे twist हो गया? देखो, 182 days not applicable. I'll re-explain. 60 days and 365 days not applicable. क्योंकि हुआ ही ये तो applicable ही नहीं था, ये satisfy नहीं हुआ. Oh, 120 days वाला. More than 120 days, but there the total income in India should cross 15 lakh. वो भी नहीं हो रहा, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा. तो is said to be what? Non-resident, right? Third case. What would be your answer if Bradley has visited India for 120 days instead of 100? Yeah, but then income is important, no? Yeah. If the Bradley's total income exceeds 15 lakhs, he would be treated as resident but not ordinary resident if his stays exceeds 120 days. Yeah. If the total income does not exceed 15 lakh, he would still be treated as non-resident. See, they're silent about the total income, so give both the treatment. Okay, if he's there in India for 120 days or more, 365 days in the 4 years, तो हो ही क्या है क्योंकि 400 days. Is the total income more than 15 lakhs in India, then resident. More than 15 lakhs, then non-resident. Okay? चलो, ये हो गया सब. Okay? Yeah, last one. This also we will solve now. Mr. Day, a resident, is residing in USA, comes to India on 1st April 24 for permanent settlement. What will be the residential status? Okay. During this year, he is there in India for 365 days or more. Yeah. So he will be resident. A person will be not ordinary resident if he does not satisfy any of. He is not going to satisfy any of the additional conditions because additional conditions are related to preceding previous year. Out of the 7 years, 730 days he has to be in India. Out of 10 years, 2 years he has to be, so he's not satisfying. But he's satisfying first basic condition, 182 days or more. Yeah. Then he was, okay, status would be resident, but not ordinary resident because he's satisfying the first basic condition and he's not satisfying any of the additional conditions. Okay. Since he was a non-resident 9 out of 10 years, he can be resident but not ordinary also if he stays in India only for 366 days, 7 names satisfied. Okay. Additional conditions not satisfied, but basic conditions satisfied. So he's a resident but not ordinary resident. Good. So tomorrow I will start the class with residential status of other SSCs. We have 1 minute. Go to your notes, please. 2 minutes. और हमने एक space रखा था वहाँ पे देखो. You all have written till there. I want all of you to please spare time and write this and dictate it. Exception to rule, second basic condition not applicable. Which one? 60 days and 365 days not applicable. Only 182 days wala applicable. First one. A person leaving, I want you to write please, तभी ये दिमाग में बैठेगा. वो जो गैप रखा है ना बेटा वहां लिख लो. Person leaving India for employment or business purpose. Person leaving India for employment or business purpose. So only first basic condition satisfied. Person leaving India as a member of crew as per continuation staff certificate. So 182 days ही होना. Second condition is imperative. A person of Indian origin, not Indian citizen, a person of Indian origin staying abroad visits India. Is he there in India for 120 days or more up to 181 days? Yes. 365 days, 5 years? Yes. Total income more than 15, so all the three conditions that I have put here and end is said to be resident. Resident मतलब resident but not ordinary. और 182 days है तो वैसे ही will be resident. समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं? 182 days तो normally first condition satisfied. I want you to write this. Promise me that you are trusting me and pausing the video and writing. हाँ मैम समझ गया आपके नोट्स बहुत अच्छे हैं. एक बार मेहनत कर लो and you get the result, dear students. Some of you may please don't take it, otherwise you miss the class for some reason. Then make sure you cover up that class before I go to second class tomorrow. I know it's tough because you're studying other subjects also. But अभी करो फिर वो absent जो I've seen students who go to Navratri, miss those classes and then they could not qualify at 185 failed because Dashera holidays enjoyed on. So no problem. There are some pujas, Dashera, important functions. Go then compensate yourself for that. Beta. Hello, Shagun dear. There are no amendments in the residential status, but it's a very important topic and all the amendments are put together in the website www.cadiptichheda.com. You'll get the material and video is already there. GST, we are going to take live class for all the amendment tomorrow evening. So you can connect with us, get added in the WhatsApp or Telegram group so that you get updates. Attending live class, you can clear all your doubts. But yeah, this is information for you because you're asking. There is no amendment in the residential status. But the depth you have to learn so that you get good marks. The deemed resident, the concept of 120 days. Okay? And if you feel this lecture is helpful to you, share it with at least 5 of your friends. Let this get boosted. Fearlessly, you can go for residential status, fixed question. Today, we have done everything for individual. Tomorrow, we will do it for HUF, and others. Yeah, share it in the other study groups, Telegram groups. It will give a help to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want you all to go fearless for the final exam. That is for sure. Okay. So we have completed everything for the residential status of individual. The gist of this is, even though you follow it full-fledged, write the basic conditions in exam. Mr. Charlie should satisfy any one of the basic condition, 182 days or more in the previous year, and basic condition or he should be in India for 60 days or more in the preceding previous year and 365 days or more in the 4 preceding previous. And this year only 60 days. Okay. 120 days or more you are in India this year. Okay. Or 60 days or more and 365 days you are set to be resident. So Charlie is days calculate kar and write down. Charlie is not satisfying any basic condition, hence he is a non-resident. Presentation. Suppose he satisfies either 182 days or more in the previous year or 60 days in the previous year 24-25 and 365 days. Continuous day of stay is not required in any of the 4 years. He is said to be resident if he satisfies any one of the basic conditions. Then additional condition, both should be satisfied which are related to preceding previous years. He should be, I'll answer all your questions, dear students, 120 days. Stay connected for 5 minutes. Allow me to do the revision in a flow. Okay? Additional conditions. He should be resident in India, not present in India. Resident in India in 2 out of any 10 preceding previous year, from 14 to 24. He should be present in India for 730 days. Bradley's question is superb. Last 7 years, every year he comes to India, plays the match for 100 days and bye-bye. 700 days. Additional condition, both should be satisfied for resident and ordinary resident. Okay? If you satisfy any one of the basic conditions, you are said to be resident. If you satisfy both additional conditions, resident and ordinary resident, world income, you have to pay the tax in India. Satisfied one of the basic conditions, but one or none. See, additional condition, if one is satisfied, no waste, time waste. Yeah, it's going to be resident, but not ordinary. Why resident? Because you satisfied one of the basic condition, additional ignore, none satisfied or one satisfied. And if you don't satisfy one of the basic condition also, you are non-resident. Still in 4 cases, you have to, still in 4 cases, you have to, क्या कहते हैं उसको, pay tax in India. You are an NRI. Still you have to pay the tax in 4 cases. Income received in India, deemed to be received. Income accrued, deemed to. Is this clear to all of you? Right? Yeah. So, yeah. And 120 days, I will explain just 2 minutes. Let me take up your doubts and then 120 days. Kya doubt tha aapka? If the stay in India is exactly 120 days, great question. Because here we said 120 days or more. See, a person who is going out for employment or as a member of crew, second basic condition is not applicable. First. Third one, okay, you are staying abroad, coming to India for visit, and you are there in India for 120 days or more, or exactly 120 days. Are you there in India in the 4 years also for 365 days? Yes. Acha, these both conditions satisfied, but total income in India is only 2 lakhs, non-resident. Yeah, I hope Cosmic, your name is your name. Kya naam hai? Renu. Your doubt is clear, beta? Even if it is 120 days, see 120 days to 181 days, you are said to be resident and ordinary resident if all the 3 conditions are satisfied. 120 days exactly or more you are in India. 4 preceding previous year, 365 days or more you are in India. And the total income in India exceeds 15 lakhs. If your doubt is clear, at least उतना देर रुको और comment करके जाओ, मुझे समझ में आ जाए. I'm doing lot of doubt clearing, 1-to-1 also. or you can ask yourself to be added in group. Don't call on this number. This is just a WhatsApp messaging number 92900655156. Message on this number with your name and exam details, inter final and all, and you will be added in the WhatsApp doubt clearing group. Click the picture, send your doubts for DT, IDT, costing. Whether you have studied with me or not, I'll surely clear your doubt. Renu, is your doubt clear? डाउट पूछ के रुको तो सही कि हम डाउट क्लियर करें. Yeah, Shravan, 2 to 3 are watching live, but so many of my students who are working, who are held up in the part-time jobs, are watching the lectures in the evening. Yeah, so they've all registered for this batch, and there are, I know, less number of the students in the live, but more number of the students in the recordings. Yeah, they are all opting for recording, and at their convenience they watch. So for recording students, it's live and recording both is available. Okay, so much concern you have. How am I doing? It's a passion. I want to give the best and best to the students. So that's all for today. Let us close. Yeah, last one concept for the deemed dividend I want to revise. It's section 6, clause 1A, which says and talks, irrespective of your number of days stay in India, you have earned income in India more than 15 lakhs and you're not paying tax in any other countries, you are said to be deemed resident and you have to pay the tax in India. Okay, right? So let us close the class with prayer, and all of you watching recording now, you should message in the group. Otherwise, students are having more doubt कि कैसे 4-5 ही live है, 100-200 तो है नहीं, कैसे पढ़ा रहे हैं. तो ऐसे पढ़ा रहे हैं कि it's a great help to students who are honestly watching every day one recording. They are working in RBI, they are working in corporates, and they want to fulfill their dreams to get promotions. I'm helping all of them also, along with students. Okay, right. So let us close. I accept myself. I love myself. This prayer has got wonderful results for students in the class exam, provided you do it with your heart and with 100% acceptance. I love myself. I accept myself. I take 100% responsibility for all my actions, emotions, behavior, and decisions. Whatever I'm learning, I'm able to reproduce and write for residential status super well in exam, and I'm clearing the exam with exemption with good marks. Thank you for everything. Thank you for abundance and wealth. Thank you. You have watched this prayer, then you should also put your thank you message that raises the vibration. Bye-bye. See you all in tomorrow's class for residential status. Bye all. Yeah, this material is available in the all the WhatsApp, Telegram group and website. Also, you can download and